Hello. So, today w- I've noticed that lots of my videos are just packed with negativity most of the time because, well, I yes, a lot of experiences and learning experiences mostly come from generally bad and negative experiences because, well, you you don't have something to fix if everything went well. But I guess there's something I want to talk about that went well and everything, and just a summary of the things and some things that just happened that I want to talk about. So, a little bit ago, there was the Resonate block party, along with an event for it that just basically, I don't know exactly what it was supposed to be. It was just supposed to be a random event from Resonate. I do believe they did this just for the sake of, like, maybe, I don't know, stress testing something, but it was pretty much a generic event, just one of the first normal events. And incredibly, Resonate, I never seen Resonate so full like it was yesterday. It was like so active and so much just people around, people just interacting with each other and so many things happening at the same time. But what was the factor that created that was a simple thing. And I will show you right now. That is this right here. I made my own book. This is a stamp book. You can collect stamps. Oops. You can collect stamps from like random people around that just straight up PNGs. And I've got a lot of them because I was on the hunt for them. I was really on the grind for them. I wanted to have. Oops. And it was basically all out of the blue. Everyone just came in with stamps and started stamping each other. And oh, you want to stamp my book? Oh, I need stamps. I want stamps. And it was such a catalyst for um just social interaction that it's funny to believe that all you need is just that to make people interact with each other. And the funny thing is that this was something that wasn't even announced in the actual announcement of the event that was going to happen. This is something that just happened like 2 days before. It was like an announcement on the Resonate Discord by Rusty saying, "Oh, this is the stamper and the stamp book. If you go to Worlds, you can get the stamp for the book, and it's gonna display blah 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 blah." But it was made so easy and so kind of accessible that kind of everybody just made a stamp for themselves instead of like the stamp for the world. And what did I learn with that? Because I saw the stamp thing and I said, all right, I want to get all the stamps. I want to have a pretty stamp book. Like even before the event or anything happened, just after I saw the announcement on Discord, then yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I want to do that. That sounds like a cool side quest to do. So I was already determined to do that. And then the day came in. I was pretty late. It was like it started around my time, I think 8 a.m. and it was going no, it started 9 and it was going to 9. So it was 9 to 9, basically all day, 12 hours. And I basically only got into the game like 4 p.m. So I said, "Oh my god, need to get all the stamps quickly, quickly." And so like I think I got like maybe 10, 15 stamps, something like that. And then I felt just like completely burnt out. I said, "Oh, I cannot just go around just asking people. This is boring and shit." And then just realized that I was betraying everything that I stand for. I was betraying the clan of the extroverts. I wanted to stay in myself, in my shell, and do not talk to anybody and do not get any stamps. That was the thing that I wanted to do from the beginning, from ever since I discovered the concept of it, and said, "Oh, so I don't want to do that." And then a friend that I had around just just kind of unknowingly kind of just pushed me into doing it and just got me out of my shell. And I well, not my shell, but the feeling of this is tiring. This is not what I want to do. And the moment I got out of that and I really started going for stamps, I realized something that is amazing about these stamps, and an opportunity that I don't think it's gonna come back. Like like in this way, in this packaging, this form so soon. Because what these stamps are an excuse. They're an excuse to basically interact with somebody. And more than that, it's like a quick fire interaction that lets you gauge everything that you need to gauge in an interaction and get knowledge from it. And what I mean with that is if you were paying attention while doing it, but as I was doing it, I have like how many stamps I even have here? I think I got to something like around 90. Let me see. Oops. It's a bit finicky. This was definitely something that was made like last minute. Or not last minute, but like last day. It's also not too much optimized as well. It's pretty heavy on the megs. 70, 80, 90? Yeah, 90. 92 pages. Yeah, 92 pages total. So one thing you was able to, if you were paying enough attention, you say that. If you were paying enough attention, is kind of you could gauge like how much a person was. You could just by the attitude towards the stamps. Everybody, it's not like anybody was like not willing to get stamps. Everybody wanted to give out stamps and do stamps, but just the attitude of them and the responses and everything, you could just gauge the personality of the person, and you could just talk around. And without you like trying to hold up a conversation with somebody, you could get all the information that you needed to well get experience from a from a social interaction and to well understand things better. And it was such a learning experience for me through all of it, and the people around Resonate, and actually told me a lot about this game and like the people around it. Yeah, it just kind of expanded my mind, and I didn't even like get out of it in a in a negative thing after like getting all the stamps, because after a while of just rapid fire effectively social interactions trying to get stamps all the damn time. That gets you tired. That gets you pretty tired. And I was already, and I still needed no. Before that, before I started going to like the rapid fire things, I was already tired, and I still had to host my world to get like the stamps. And I made a stamp for the world, and you're only gonna see it if you were in here. So that's an exclusive thing. Nobody else is gonna get it except if you know this and you ask me for it, and I give you. But nobody else is gonna have it. Nobody, and it's super exclusive, and nobody else is gonna have it. Right? Except for everyone that knows it and anybody that wants it. But otherwise, it's completely exclusive and nobody can have it, except for somebody who already has it. But anyways, uh, yeah, I had to still host my world, and I mean that was starting because I was doing the heavy lifting of like, oh, who wants stamps, 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 oh, stamp, stamp, stamps, and just like kind of hosting a world with like so many people. I think at one point it was there was like I think 20 something people in my world that if you are in the resonate for of current time this current time era, 20 people in the world in resonate is a lot. And like even the other worlds that were hosting block what part of the block party event, they did not get that much people. Like some did get even more than me, but I was definitely in the higher average for sure. And I did that. I got tired, so much tired, and after that, I just wanted to wind down. And then I ended up getting more stamps because I wanted to get a stamp from. My mission was to get a stamp from everyone in the Resonate team, and I got one from Fruxes, one from Cyro, one from J4. And I wanted to get some more, but that's what I got. I'm probably gonna get them later, but that's gonna be like a side quest for another time. And I guess like I wanted to get like some stamps from like some people that I was seeing around. So, oh, one from Rusty. I want one from the other developers and things. So I ended up getting more stamps that I didn't even need because I was already in like halfway to get those stamps. So I wanted to get more stamps. So fuck it, I'm gonna get more stamps then. And then after that, I was super tired. After saying that I wanted to like wind down and I even get more stamps, I was like tired squared. It was like tired to the tired. It was too much for me, and I said, and I just wanted to wind down in the world. Then I ended up not winding down again because I went to a world and they were no, somebody that I met in the while collecting stamps that I have had met like the day before. For some reason there was a lot of things that happened in a short amount of time, but that that person that person like was talking to another friend of mine. Then we went to like we wanted to like wind down and we went to like do a movie, that a 3D movie. Then we went to like a world of like another guy. So we went and that was like hosting the thing, and then we talk even more, and then I get to meet even more people. And then after that I said, oh, I'm so tired. And I saw there was a content there was a not content, a creator jam happening at that moment. And like there was two people that I knew that I was like, oh, you know what? Fucking, I'm going to the creator jam. Then I went to the creator jam. I didn't do too much. I did like one small item that's probably on the corner, but you're gonna notice if you go there. The texture is very, very, very eye catching. And then I did that, and then finally I winded down for the night and actually slept. I started at 4 p.m. I ended 4 a.m. That was 12 hours just non-stop. And there's so much things there's so many things, and even more so the time to talk in a video about it, even though it has been like a day since. Just too many things, and so many things get lost in translation that I forgot to talk about, or things that I need the context before to talk about it, or things that are just implied, but not implied for every person. It's like it's implied if you have a certain context for some things, and that's something that I noticed while getting a million stamps in this thing. While trying to talk to people, uh, so many things will always get lost in translation. Even though it's just from English to English, there's so many things that's gonna get lost in translation too, even in this video. And one thing that even got me really to the scale of this thing is when I was talking like a little bit earlier to a friend that through messages, and I wanted to convey a certain thing and explain something, and like explain not only what I wanted to explain, but like explain my emotions to him in a way that was natural and not like the culprit thing that like we are committed to it, to your satisfaction, and we do believe that no, that's a robot speak, that's clanker speak, all right? That's not how we do in this household, right? And I just wanted to like talk and convey myself, and I just every time I talked, I was losing things. I was realizing I was losing things. It's like, why am I losing so many things while trying to talk? And then I remember back again to the stamping, the million stamp thing that I was trying to get. And I remember like each interaction that I had, so many things that I could have said I've lost, even though I didn't have a conversation. There was so many things. It was something so complex in a such short amount of time. It was pretty fucking. It's insane. I do believe I have made a comparison to this before, but tennis. I like playing tennis. It's a cool game. It's a fun game, but most of all, it's a game that is so jam packed in every millisecond of every single moment with information. And once I got used to that thing, I started to look at every single thing that happens and trying to extract information. It's just something that your brain gets wired to once you play that for like a year or something. It just you have to be like that just to play the game, or else you're just not gonna play against anyone. You're just gonna lose and be sad and immediately just fall over. It's a whole thing. But yeah, again, what was I saying? Yeah, yeah. I got distracted, and that's the fucking problem. I got distracted. That's the fucking. And while getting distracted, I lose things in translation because everything is happening at every single millisecond of every moment. And we need to always focus on that if we want to do what we want to do. And I do that. That's the fucking problem. I do that. I know how to do that, and I do that sometimes, but sometimes I just don't. It feels like I wake up some days and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't click for me. I mean, I can see everything that's happening, but I cannot act upon it. I don't know why. And it just happens. And some days I have ways to counteract it. Some ways I don't. Some days I don't. Even my English is. I think I'm getting too much excited here. I guess I found something about it. I'm getting too much like neuron activated here, and I guess that's fumbling my speech. That's kind of basically I'm limiting myself to my speech because that's the only way for me to convey in this format what I want to say. And there's too much information at once to leave out a 1 simple second, so I gotta basically spread it out in a way so I can talk about it. But the problem is, so many things are gonna get lost because I'm not a computer. I don't remember everything else that I'm gonna say just stored there for the moment that I need. Some things get lost. We forget about something. Sometimes we are human. Well, I do believe you are human. Uh, you machine that's watching this and being fed to whatever Google is using to train its AI. I'm seeing you. I know who you are. I know what you are. Anyways, um, yeah. Again, I got distracted. That's just what happens. I mean, that could be just ADHD. That's just that happens. But the problem is I know how to manage it. I know the mechanisms behind it. I can feel them. It's become second nature to me. Just of how much I've been like just grinding it out, and even more so in this last day because that was the day that I could just put it all in the light and see in a clear way and get so much like experience, so much data, so much experience. There's no other word for it. Just becoming experienced, becoming wiser. And I really hope I could have this opportunity again, but I don't think that's gonna be ever the same way because the novelty of the new thing of like all the stamps and things. It's gonna be a while until something like this happens again. I'm not talking even in Resident. I'm just talking as in general in life. But one thing that I can do is I can try to find some ways to get this to happen. I mean, it's not gonna happen the same way because everyone has invested it in the event, and if I try to manufacture that, I'm gonna be invested, and there's really no way for me to like really pump out the same experience alone as a whole, community wide event can. But I guess it's you live and learn to whatever you want to do, and just I feel like you don't have any idea how annoyed I am right now because there's the things that I know that I want to talk about, but for some reason I cannot talk about them. And it's not that I'm trying to not talk about them. It's that again I'm not having the ability to speak upon them. I am trying. I'm trying to do all the turns and twists that I'm trying to get to them, but they're not just getting there. This is pretty hard. This happens all the time, but now I'm seeing it in a way clearer light. And this is something interesting. Mm, reverting back, let's go back and rewind and see if we can find something with this. All right, so let's go back to whatever I was talking. Yeah, the stamp book things. People going through and just. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I got it. The thing is, when it comes to the microsocial interactions that you have without even really talking to somebody, it's just somebody giving you the stamp for it. I didn't get too profoundly on that, and when I mean profound, I didn't go too deep on that. subject. And what I mean with that you can just by the posture of them is when you get two people. I mean, you can see that in real life, but people have to be very exaggerated for you to get to you to notice the nuances of it and everything. But while in the block party event, there were so many people in each world and so many people together that you could get a contrast with each person that you don't normally get in like normal situations. And when you get that contrast, it sticks in your brain and you don't forget about it. And it's there. And you know to notice that nuance, those nuances after, and to remember them and to, well, be mindful of them and just, it's something that you unlock. And I'm going to the wrong direction. This is not what I want to talk about. The thing that I want to talk about is losing things in translation, not how you could understand different personalities and the things that I learned, because I already talked about that. All right, going back. Let's. All right, my friend. All right, let's go back. My friend, I wanted the thing that I was talking about with a certain thing that I a certain favor that I asked him for me to do, and I wanted to like just try and be as chill as I could about it because it was something chill. It was like as a small favor that, I mean, I have all the time in the world to do, and I just wanted to explain the thing and just be chill about it. And every time I sent a message, I could, ever since the day before, the day previous, I noticed so many nuances that I was talking about in my text, and I was noticing all my behaviors, and I was saying, no, this is not the vibe that I want to do. But I simply did not have a. This was just basically the thing is that was just the standard procedure that I always do when I'm trying to be chill. That before the new patch notes of yesterday that I learned so many things. So basically, I have to create a new protocol, a new trying to understand what I'm doing because I have the information about it, but I haven't developed a way to talk to convey what I want to convey. So the thing is, for now, I'm gonna have to. That's it. That's what I wanted to say. I found it. It took me a while, but I found it. That's the core thing that I wanted to say that I knew that I wanted to say, but I couldn't say it. What I want to find to for now on is I need to develop new protocols. Basically, there's a new patch around. I have new resources, new skill unlocked in the tech tree, and we're gonna see what tree comes out of this thing. I mean, this part of my tech tree, this part of social skills. I mean, I think I needed to dust off some things about it because if I was already going into the I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't want to get more stamps instead of like I want to talk to everyone. I gotta. If I was doing that, is because I needed to get some help on that. I needed to develop that a little bit more. So finally, we were. I said what I want to say with the video. Hell yes, found what I wanted to say. So, I mean, I could say some other things, but I could save it for another video, or not. Just gonna be lost in translation from this video to the next video. You know, losses, entropy always climbs. That's just what happens. And you know what? I think I got enough very, very, very useful information for this video. So I guess I'll take this little bit of loss for what I've accomplished here. So, oh yeah, goodbye. Yeah.